Okay, we are live. Hello,
Good.
Otávio, and welcome to the Java user group. I think this is the first time that you are presenting to our group, and we really appreciate it. Otávio Santana is one of the members of the expert group of the JSR365, which is CDI 2.0. Welcome, Octavio, and let's do it.
Okay, thank you everyone. Hello, boa noite. ¿Cómo vas? Mi nombre es Otávio Santana. Sorry, it's all everything I know about Spanish. But don't worry, if you have a question, please do it in Spanish. If you're not comfortable with English, and then Alex can help me to translate to English. Okay. Um, the first thing I'd like to share my screen with you guys because I'd like to show something. Today I will talk about CDI 2.0. The first thing that I like to show, of course, are some links. Can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Okay. When you can see it, just please tell me because then
Yeah,
I can start.
now we can see
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. First, CDI is a specification from Java EE. Uh, of course, it's open. The guy who help us is a JCP. I'm also JCP executive member. The JCP is a kind of company. Actually, it's a organization that help Java with standards. Next month we are going to Germany to talk about standards to Java 9 and also Java EE. We also try to visit some cities in Germany. Of course, some Java youth groups. Also in June we have Java on Latin America. You try to do a kind of tour with some countries and in Latin America. Of course, if you have any suggestion to city, please tell me or some university to try to schedule here on some cities. Okay. This one's this specification. Everything here is open. Uh, he has a lot of information, the schedule, when this specification will finish. The first quarter, of course, it's late, but to have idea to deliver the final version on July this year. Okay. Um, we have a lot of information here about CDI, what's going on, and the sub products. The CDI 2.0 has some features. For example, now the API will be subdivided, actually split it in small ones. Uh, why? Because it's be easier to do the CDI Lite, so you can put CDI now on a small device. For example, Android, Java ME, embedded platform, maybe Raspberry Pi, because you can put just a small piece of CDI and it can run. Another improvement that you go in CDI 2.0 is events that now can be ordering and also asynchronous. Some improvements with AOP aspect, and now Java SE going to a specification. Of course, you can do it using Weld, but you cannot move easily to another specification. Now you will have the API. You can move it to another implementation easily. Of course, with Java 8, we have more features specifically to Java 8. 8 started, so many features coming on. Also, there are the last two ones that's not started yet, but basically it's more third party to CDI and more context to Java SE. Okay, basically is it the features about CDI 2.0. Another thing is the codes. CDI is open source. Let's share the link with you guys. Um, you can choose some products. The main one is this one here, the core. CDI is a specification and API. Weld is a reference implementation. C is the code you can contribute. Uh, I started with documentation, then go directly to code. Maybe you can do the same thing. The first step going to the documentation, then go to more complex thing. Maybe help to translate some English post to Spanish. Maybe it's a good idea. Okay. This was the code. And now I'd like to show you some code, the basic overview about the CDI, what's going on in CDI 2.0. Okay, I'm opening the IDE now. 1 second.
Otávio, I just want to clarify that for our members that do not know what a specification is, um, well,
Okay.
it's just a bunch of classes and interfaces, but they really don't do the work, right? They just specify what is needed to be done. But is the reference implementation the one that really does the work?
Yes, you're right, Alexis. Basically, the API is a contract about the behavior of the specification. Okay. Uh, a good example is PHP. Everyone knows PHP is a language to web.
Yeah,
What happened? Um, the Facebook tried to create another another language look like PHP. Why? Because there's not rule to PHP. The Facebook cannot create another specification that's run currently to PHP. This thing not happen in Java because Java has specification. So Java has a contract that should be happen on the Java. So basically, the specification is a contract about the behavior, about something. In this case, we are talking about CDI. CDI is a contract, an API to define the behavior to dependency injection to Java EE. Actually, in the CDI 2.0, is both to Java EE and Java SE. And the weld is the implementation. Basically, it's an interface and implementation. I can
yeah,
show you one sample with code. It's really common when you code Java. Can you see my screen?
yes, sir.
Okay, let's enter in presentation mode. It's really common when you use something like that. Oh, sorry. This some list, something like that. Okay, let's put something here. Otavio. Oops, sorry. Alexis, something like that. My question is, what happened if I change it to link the list? What happened?
If you try to instantiate a list,
If I change array list to linked list, like that,
oh
what will happen with my contract?
no,
The
for you the methods are there. The add method is there as well.
Yes, because the list is a contract. It's the API to some implementation. So the linked list is an implementation, and a array list is another implementation. Of course, CDI, there are a lot more classes than just one class, but it's a good example to you
Yes.
see the difference between the API and the implementation. Basically, the list is an API and the array list is one implementation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Good, good. So let's show you the codes to CDI 2.0. Alex, we have some question.
No, no questions so far.
Okay, any comments? Something like that?
No, uh, we don't have any comments. Um, our members will write the questions or comments through our Twitter account, and we don't have any yet.
Okay, so good. Let's start with CDI 2.0. The first thing is now you have the API to CD to Java is SE. So you are using Java SE here with this interface. Let's show to you. This basically is an interface to CDI.0. So you can change easily, just like the what happened with lists. I release and link the list. Okay. Uh, so let's do the same example that I did to Alexis. Imagine a bookstore.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, you have a bookstore. The first thing that you're gonna do is create a process to do the checkout. So to buy one book. So first thing, I will create some class to do checkout. Check out. So let's do it. Check out. Doing checkout. Okay. Now I will inject this class and run. And if you can hear my console, I'm doing checkout. So basically, I inject my new classes. If without no specification, the CDI try to understand. It try to create it automatically. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, Checkout. Of course, when you do a checkout, you need to do a kind of payment. So let's do create a class to payment method. This class basically do a payment. So let's inject this class here. I can inject this class here, just putting the inject annotation. So basically, I don't care how this class will be created. The CDI takes care to me, okay?
Okay.
Let's run again. Sometimes we need to say how the instance will be created by CDI. Imagine now we have the user instance that has name and email, but now we have different kind of constructor. So this constructor need a name and email. Okay, together, and also the toString. So let's return again to checkout. Try to inject the user. Of course, because when you're doing payment, you need a user to do this payment. Let's do it here. Doing payment with user. Of course, if I try run this class here, we count as session because there's no default constructor. So you need to learn to teach to CDI how can it create this class. So
The user instance, right?
yes, you have different ways to do it, but I will use producer. So user producer, basically a basic method user get user return new user that has the Otávio name and the email is otaviojava@java.net. I just need to say to CDI, okay, you have the instance here. You can now use this guy when you have the user in class. I just need to put the produce. Um, 1 second. Maybe I don't. One second, please. Maybe I forget to inject the dependence. Maybe it's a good opportunity to show to you the dependency that I put in the Maven. Basically, I just have the unit test, unit dependence, and also the CDI dependence in their sheet. 1 second. Just need to use the produce annotations. Sorry, I just forget the annotation. Let's produce. Now, basically I can return and run again. Now CDI can understand how created the user. And now you can see doing checkout and then doing payment with user. The user has Otavio name and Otavio Java at javanet.net as email.
Cool.
Basically,
Otávio, we have a question here.
Okay.
Can we have many producer methods on the same class?
Yes, you can use. Of course, if you try to do something like that, get user Alex. We'll try a new exception because the CDI has two annotation, two producers to the same annotation. When you don't put annotation, it's a default one. So you need to qualifier. You need
Okay.
to basically you can, for example, use producer here. Just need to create a new annotation, something like that. Payment. Um, let's create a new annotation. User Alexis annotation.
This is the standard annotation mechanism, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it this one here is from Java SE. This one here is to CDI. To CDI is saying, oh, this guy is a qualifier. It's a
Okay.
different kind of annotation. It's a qualifier. So if I put this guy here, use Alexis, I can go to user producer, input, use Alex here. But of course, oh sorry. If I run again, we inject the default annotation. You can run here. If you're Otavio. But if I put the qualifier that I call user Alex, you get now the new user that is a Alexis. Oh sorry.
Nice.
Here doing checkouts and now doing payment with user the user who has Alex name and alex at java.net as email. Okay? Any
Yeah,
question about it?
that's really nice. No,
Yeah.
just comments about the qualifier annotation. So it lets CDI to be more specific, right? Right, into about what instance we really need.
Yes, it's just a way to see that I try to understand the difference between two instances. Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing that I forget to say in the start, CDI that's running Java C, yeah, are using the try resource. What it means? Basically, when you use try resource that is from Java 7, the JVM manages the resource to you. Here you can use here the log. You can see the shutdown command. But if you can look here, you don't see no one shutdown command because the JVM take care about the shutdown the container to you. Just putting try resource. Okay?
Yeah.
Any question? Question about it?
No, we're okay.
Okay. So I'll talk about the provider and simple injector. Let's talk about more about qualifiers. Okay? Of course, I'm talking about just one payment, but in the e-commerce, you can pay it of many ways. For example, imagine I'd like to pay with cash or credit card or debit card or another way. So payment method should be an interface. Okay? Everyone agree? Because I can pay of many things, many ways.
Sure.
So payment method is just remove this code here because it's not make sense. Payment method here is just the interface. Now I need to create the implementation. Okay, credit card. So one way to pay payment method. Uh, Doing payment with credit card. The user blah 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 blah. Another way is cash. Actually, I always forget how I write cash, but I believe it's something like that. Actually, I hope payment method. Let's do it again. Payment with cash, with user, blah blah blah. Okay. Now I have two implementation, two payment method. Okay.
Yes.
But of course, if I run again, the CDI cannot say each one will be the default implementation because as I told you, when you don't put qualifier, the CDI understand it's a default one. But of course, if I have default one, two default ones, we throw the ambiguous exception. The CDI does a question. Each one's a default one. I have no idea because there is two. Come on, man. There is two implementation that's default, cache and credit card. Each one should be the default one. Basically, the CDI does something like that. So we have one solution that I told you that create a payment method, the qualifier. So I have the payment qualifier, but of course I can have more than one payment. So payment type, let's create an on credit card and cash. So let's look. It's a look like our first sample, but we need an attribute because payment can be many ways. In this case, cash and credit card. Uh, let's return to the implementation of payment method again. Cash input qualifiers. Payment is one will be cash. Credit card, we have the qualifier. Payment, that will be credit card. Okay, we can return here to check it out, and you can put the qualifier. Payment, credit card. Let's run again. Doing payment with credit card. Of course, you can put the default one. The default one. If you return here to the checkout, just remove the qualifier. Now we have just one default one. So doing payment with credit card because credit card has two qualifiers. The first one is by credit card and the default one. Okay, any question?
Oh,
So,
okay.
okay, so let's put more complex. Okay, I can do it. Um, I can choose the payment method, but imagine the user like to do it in runtime because you can see in this example here, I need to put the code, compile, and run again. But of course, this code could be a runtime, so payment type, the user, I'd like to say, each way he'd like to pay. Okay, payment method, payment type. So basically the user, you say the way to pay. Of course, you have one way to do it, that you use in instance. Now we have payments, and like to inject any instance. So basically, on real time, I'd like to choose each one I will pay. For example, credit card or cash. So again, basically, we have payments and you need to select by annotation, okay? Então, basically, you need to create a new interface, a new class that will be the payment selector. The payment selector basically extends annotation literal, implements payments. Okay, let's return here to check out payment type, new payment selector, type, get. Now we have the payment method and then the checkout. Let's run again. The first option is running with credit card, doing payment with credit card. Now, and cash. Here you can see the first one doing payment with cash, and the last one doing checkout and doing the payment with credit card. Okay?
Okay, Otávio,
Um,
can we go to the payment selector again, please?
okay, payment selector. Basically, it's inform each one you been select.
Okay.
It has one constructor. I just put here because payment is also the annotation. Okay?
Ah, okay, okay, got it. Okay.
Just to inform which one you will use.
At runtime. Yeah, nice.
Yes, at runtime. Yeah. Um, you can see I create the payment selector and then run the guy here. You have more option here. For example, you can interact in all options. You can select. You can do something here. Okay. Uh, so imagine now you have to do the payment. You did the payment. You did the checkout. The next step to the system is do some events. Something like, for example, send email, send to the logistics store to deliver your book. Okay. So
Octavio, excuse me.
okay.
Before we move to the events section, we have a question here. Do you think that lambdas, especially the a supplier, can be used in order to create a selector?
No yet, but we have ideas to put it. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Just remember, we delivered the CDI in July. You are planning something like that. For
Okay.
example, actually not just Lambda with string. Imagine you have two implementation here, right? Payments. Payment with credit card and cash. The idea is, for example, to interactions with the payment. So for each here, payment method, payment, payment user. Okay. So just comment this line here. Oops. So you can see here we did two interactions. The first one to cash, the second one to credit card. Just
Uh,
using lambda expressions, okay? We have some ideas like that to
why,
put in CDI.
Octavio, why was credit card processed in that invocation? I mean, we removed the credit card code from the main method. Why is it using a credit card?
Sorry, Alexis.
Yeah, the question is on the main method.
Okay,
We
the main
remove
method.
Yeah, we remove the payment type credit card. I mean, it's commented, right?
Yeah.
Why? The question is why? Why do you think it appears on the console log?
No, no, I just comment because to show the new sample here. Because if you look here, I don't use anymore the attribute here. Just to show you
Oh, okay, got it.
the screen sample here. I
So
injected our implementation here,
all instances. Okay,
and now I interact here. I payments, all the payments,
all the
I do the
payments.
for
Okay,
it, okay, and then I do the payment.
sure, got it. Thanks.
Basically, just to show you, because I have some ideas to Java 8 that include some selector too, okay?
Okay,
It's not right now in the master, but we have some ideas. We're discussing about it.
got it.
Okay, I just returned the old code. And let's return here. Okay, let's talk about events now. So we did the payments about the book. You did the checkout. So you have some steps on the our e-commerce. The first one is send an email saying, okay, you buy the new book. Congratulations to new acquisition. And the second one is to deliver the book. Of course, you can put here. So let's create email, email, public, send email, user. Oh, I forgot the void. Send email to user, and the shipping, shipping, user, shipping the book to user. Okay, so you create some events. We have two ways to do it. So put more injections on the checkout. Um, Send, I don't remember the name. Mail sender. I believe it's better. Email sender. Mail sender. And also shipping. So you can basically put the code here. Of course, you can create an interface. You do something like that with instance.
Okay.
But we have another way that is by events. So what you need to do basically to create events is user event, oops, and fire the event. User. What you need to put in your observer is just the observer annotation. So you just need to put observes here and all the classes that you'd like to observe. So let's return again. I create the event fire and just put in the observers one annotation, the observes annotation. So let's run again. And to make the console clear, I just do it one time. So I comment the last one, okay, and run the code. Okay, doing the checkout, payment if cash, shipping the book to user, and sending mail to user. Okay,
Excellent. We have
so
a question here, Octavio. Oh, sorry.
okay,
Question is, how CDI knows which observe it should call first?
Uh, in the CDI 121, 1.1, there is no way that's working randomly, each one going first. But now on CDI 2.0, you have one way to do it, to define the order. Basically, you can put the priority annotation that has that receive one integer. Of course, less has high priority. For example, 0 has more priority than 1. So application here. In this case, I'd like the email goes first. So I put more values here. Why I'm using this annotation? Just it's just one constant that has some some default numbers. Um, so now you have each one going first. So email sender should be go first has because application plus 4 is lesser than application but plus 40. Okay, let's
Okay,
run again.
got it. Thanks.
Okay, so send email to user and then ship the book to user. Of course, if I'd like to change the order, this value should be higher than the last ones. For one now, let's run again. Now you can see ship the book to user and then
Nice.
send email to user. But we have a problem here, right? Because the CDR takes care of observer synchronously. What I means to send email, you spend a lot of time to send email because you need to open a connection to SMTP and then send information to the SMTP server and then send email and then close the connection and then finally you send information to logistics store. My question is important to use wait everything?
Say
It's
again?
important it's important to user wait to uh, this information. The answer is no, of course, because everything can do it asynchronously. The user don't
Okay,
care how your company works. Basically, he's waiting for information about the shipping and the payment. Okay, so
sure.
uh, on the CDI, you can run synchronously, but you can run asynchronously. Just to change the matter. Again, synchronous,
Okay,
asynchronous. But we need to put a double check here. You need to put this the file to asynchronous events, and then now it's still you need to put a different annotation. Observer async.
and that's it?
and that's it.
Nice.
You'll be run on different threads. Let's do it. Send mail. Let's run again. Here you can see you have the current thread here. Yes. Let's run again. The main thread here and the process like payment with cash and sorry, the shipping and send mail are using different thread. That's fork join worker number 3. Of course, you can create your whole executor here.
Okay.
You can
For
put
join, for yeah, for join is a framework, but it exists since uh, Java 5, I guess, or 6.
it's from Java 7.
Oh, 7. Yeah, yeah, 7.
Yeah.
I recall now.
Basically, it's a look like the MapReduce framework, but just in one JVM.
Yeah.
So you can see here the different thread they are using the CDI, send email and delivery. Why you need to do it? You need to do the double check. The first reason is because you can have some events that can run synchronously and another one asynchronously. So imagine you send email, you deliver some information, but you'd like to answer to user once count to another book. So let's do it. Now you have a discount to the next buy. And of course, you can do the two events, the synchronous one and the asynchronous one.
Okay.
So let's see. Payment with credit card. Synchronously, now you have discount to the next buy, to the next, and running threads, different threads. Ship the book to user and send email to use about the the book, something like that.
Really
Is
cool.
there any question about it?
No, no questions, just great comments. Really easy and simple to use asynchronous events. That's really nice.
Oh yeah, really nice. Also, I told you can create your whole executor or just change one of Java, new cache thread pool, something like that. Okay. Uh, I'm finished. I show everything to you. I give to you the overview about the CDI to 2.0, what's coming on, the links to you. Uh, if you have have any question, please tell me now.
Okay, I think we don't have any questions right now, but we do really appreciate what you have done, all this information that you have shared with us at CloudJog. We are looking forward to adopt this JSR, so we will be in touch.
Okay, thank you guys. Uh, it's also my pleasure to show to you what's going on to CDI, and that's it. Goodbye.
Okay, okay, Otavio. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Okay,
Maybe on Java or Latin America. Okay.
I hope so.
By the way, you have Hakada in there. If you'd
Oh,
like to participate, contribute with some code, I will be there to help you to do some, maybe your first commit on some Java specification. Okay, just
that would
let
be
me
nice.
know. My Twitter is, let's show to you 1 second.
Okay. For those of you who don't know what the Hacker Garden is, it is a space that happens during a conference, especially during Java 1, where you can interact with JSR members, specification leaders, and many other project source members. So it's a great place to do networking and connect with others.
Sure, yeah. Alex you told everything that you should know about the Hackathon. It's a good place to learn, to know other people's, to share knowledge, to share experience about your maybe your skills. Maybe for example, some people just translate some information to Spanish. It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Also some code maybe. Uh, Change some information about the new features, put some ideas. Um, some ideas that I put on CDI 2.0 was because I did a presentation for some people, and the guy did a question, why it's not put in CDI? So I thought, oh, it makes sense. It's going on CDI 2.0. You are right. Okay, maybe just to
So,
share ideas to put there
yeah,
is a good place
yeah,
to do it.
it's a great place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Java 1 Latin America is happening on June the 28th, I guess, I think, right?
Yes, June 28.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's happening on Sao Paulo.
Yes, here in Brazil, in São Paulo.
Sao Paulo, okay. So thanks again, Octavio, and bye bye.
Bye bye.